of Baker's World will be showing decadent cake suitable for Lovers' Day celebration. A baker is a young and creative woman who's been able to create employment for herself after graduation. Our conversation segment says more about this baker. All these and more for you today on Baker's World. Just relax and enjoy. Red velvet cake has a buttery flavor that differentiates it from chocolate cakes. We're familiar with either the oil or the butter-based red velvet cake. Are you aware that you can achieve the perfect taste and texture if you combine both butter and oil to make a red velvet cake? On this segment, our baker Sarah and Joy will show us how to make a moist, soft and buttery flavor red velvet cake. I'm sure you're itching to see this. Don't go anywhere.
The first thing we're going to do is to make our buttermilk. To make your buttermilk, you take 1 cup of milk, of liquid milk, and you add to it either 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or white vinegar. We're going to be using lemon juice. While Joy is doing that, we go straight to mixing our butter and sugar. So this is our butter. We use unsalted butter. Then we add our oil. Then we add our sugar. We're going to be mixing our butter, oil and sugar until it is light and fluffy. We'll scrape down the sides and then we'll mix again. Now look at this. It's not as yellow as it was when we started mixing. So our butter and sugar are properly mixed. Next is eggs. And we're going to be putting the eggs one at a time. We don't just lump all the eggs in. Next is our flavor. You can use any flavor of your choice. But for this red velvet cake, we'll be using vanilla flavor and strawberry cheese flavor. Once your eggs are properly mixed, you alternate your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients. You begin with flour and end with flour. Make sure you mix it properly. Add our flour. Next will be our buttermilk. Take note of this important part. We're going to be adding our baking soda and white vinegar. This is about the most important part of a red velvet cake. That's what makes it red velvet. It adds to the texture and it also improves the taste and helps it to stay red. Did you notice that fizzle after I poured the white vinegar? So you just mix everything. So our batter is ready. We are going to bake in a moderately hot oven for between 30 to 45 minutes. Red velvet doesn't like too much of heat, so take note.
In a short while, we'll be having a chat with our guest baker. That will be after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
I'm actually a passionate baker. I don't rest until everything is done.
When I entered university, anytime I'm broke, I'll make cupcakes and go and sell to the other students.
Decorating cake it's an artistic thing, and art is, dynamic.
Join us on Baker's World every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. on the network service of the NTA. Baker's World, celebrating creativity. Don't miss it.
Having to bake my kids' cake, having to meet their expectations. You know how they come with high expectations. Oh, my mommy is a baker. She can make this, she can make that. And then on their day of celebration, you meet those expectations. They will keep telling everybody around them, telling their friends, oh, my mom made this, my mom made that. That's a proud moment for me. And then sometimes in this journey also, I baked a cake for the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari. That was, I think, the height of it.
Our guest today is a creative young lady, a native of Abuja in Opoku local government area of Benue. Born 30th of October in the city of Makurdi, Sarah Ogiji proceeded to Federal Government Girls College in Boko, where she graduated in 1999. Furthering her education, Sarah studied mass communication from Benue State University for her undergraduate and master's degree. In the year 2014, an unusual circumstance rekindled her childhood passion in cake making. Sarah attended various trainings in the art of cake making, sugarcraft, modeling, flower art, tiling class, advanced buttercream, and many others. All this she did to become a professional cake maker and an entrepreneur. Today, she has earned different certificates in the confectionery world within and outside the country, as she believes in creativity being vast and infinite. Sarah indeed is a tenacious woman who will stop at nothing to achieve perfection in the art of cake making and sugarcraft. Our guest baker is married and blessed with 3 children. She is the CEO of Ziba's Oven and Fries. Join us as we chat with an articulate, result-oriented and amiable baker, Sarah Ogiji.
Welcome back. The program is still Baker's World on NTA, and my guest today is Sarah Ogiji. Welcome to Baker's World.
Thank you very much.
You studied mass communication. Tell me about your journey into this cake making business.
I started this cake making business precisely 6 years ago. It was after my daughter's 4th birthday that I began to give it a thought. I ordered for her birthday cake from one of these big shops in town. I was charged heavily for it. I chose my flavors and all that. When I went to pick up the cake, it didn't really meet my expectation. So I was like, how can I pay this much and then the cake doesn't meet my expectation? I said to myself, I need to learn this craft. If it means baking only my children's cake, because children of these days, they come up with all manner of ideas and all. So if I can put those ideas to use and make them happy, why not? So while I began to brood about it and began to pray about it, God began to direct me on how to go about it and how to train and all that. And here I am today.
Coming into the Nigerian baking industry, what were your expectations like?
When I started, going by the fact that I paid so much for my daughter's cake back then, I felt that the money was really high. I was wondering, it's not just butter, sugar, egg and flour. But coming into the industry, I discovered that making quality cakes is not just about butter, sugar, eggs and flour. To get that moist, melting in the mouth, flavorful taste you're looking for, you need to use premium quality ingredients. You need to take certain things into consideration. and that is where most of the money goes into.
Tell me about what you enjoy most about being a baker.
Cake itself is art. So when you see what you create, you get happy. You're happy about it. And then the reaction from clients, the referrals, the prayers you get when you meet clients' expectation, it keeps you going in the business.
I know it hasn't been long that you started in this business, but what would you say your business philosophy is?
Hard work, tenacity of purpose, the fear of God, consistency. We do not cut corners. We've been consistent. That's why we keep getting referrals over and over again from our customers.
Starting a business on your own, isn't it kind of difficult? Or would you say, oh, that is absolutely, wonderful, oh, I make so much money compared to working for somebody?
Doing business in Nigeria is not an easy task at all. You have to battle with lack of electricity, power supply, the bad roads, the high prices of premium quality ingredients. So when you put all that in place, it works you up a lot. And then having to manage it also with family, it doesn't come cheap. But on the other hand, if you look at it on the other hand, you have something doing for yourself. You can also be an employer of labor. You can employ people. You can actually contribute to the growth of the GDP.
Speaking about family, how have you been able to balance your work life and your family together?
When I started, it wasn't easy because I had young children. I had to attend to them. I had to attend to my husband and other relatives around. But now that they're in boarding school, it's a lot easier. Back then, I make sure that I attend to them during the day, and then when they go to bed at night, I work throughout the night. But as it is now, I can work during the day while the youngest one is in school because the other two are in boarding school. And then at night, when my husband comes back from work or when the other one comes back from school, I give them my attention. When they go to bed again, I take it up from where I stop.
Let's talk about the cake you're making today. Red velvet cake, cream cheese frosting. What makes it so special and unique?
Red velvet cake is it's in a class of its own. It's moist, it's flavorful, it's melting in the mouth. Everything you want in a cake, you find in red velvet cake. And it pairs perfectly with cream cheese frosting. Cream cheese frosting is a luxurious frosting. It takes, when you pair it with red velvet cake, it takes it to an entirely new level.
Thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure having this chat with you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure also.
That was our conversation with Sarah Okichi. She is the CEO of Zeba's Oven and Fries. Our cake should be ready now. But before we go back to decorate it, here's Baker's Gist for you.
When you are trying to aspire to do things, be very moderate. Think big, but be realistic to start small. And create your goals so that you don't have goals that are so big that you cannot achieve. And in that goal, make sure you have your immediate needs before you go into your intermediate needs, before you go into your long-term needs. If you have a plan where you have your long-term needs overshadowing everything that is basic, if you don't have the basic needs, you cannot achieve the long-term plan. And a lot of people have long-term plans and they put it in their immediate goals and they stress the immediate goals and they don't achieve it. You cannot be looking at building a house for yourself when you cannot eat 3 square meters. So you must start with the immediate goals. What will provide food for me? What will provide shelter for me? What will make sure I dress well? Before you start looking at, how do I buy a car? How do I own my own house? If you are going to have a plan of owning your own house, that owning your own house, you should have a bit of that plan in your immediate goal that I'm going to be saving X amount of money every month to make sure I am building what I will use to actually attain the house that I want to get. So when you are having your set goals, make sure you have the plans and they are calculated in such a way that you don't allow one overlap the other one. Everything you need to succeed is around you.
Our cake is out of the oven. We set it apart to cool properly before frosting. Look at how yummy it looks. We're going to cut it into 2 halves. We are going to soak it with sugar syrup. Let's be generous with it. We are going to frost our cake with silk and smooth buttercream. We are doing this because we don't want our filling to spill out. Okay, so the next thing is to fill up this place with our cream cheese. So we're still going to increase our border. Again, make another border. So next we're going to trim off the cake so we'll have an even cake. Make sure that your knife is straight. This is a serrated knife. So take out the excess and clean off our board. The next thing we're going to do is to frost our cake. We call it, the first step to that is crumb coating. With that done, we'll keep it in the freezer to set. Our cake has firmed up. If you tap it, you'll see it doesn't feel sticky. Okay, next we'll frost our cake. Then next we'll go to the sides. Okay, we have every part of our cake covered up with icing now. We are going to smoothen it with our scraper. This pattern we're making, we want half of this cake to be red. So we cut out a template and then we colored our frosting red with red food color, and then we are going to place it on the cake, put in the freezer to firm up, and then peel off the parchment paper. So we'll check out for the exact part we want to place this. We want to place it on this side. We lift it gently. We'll start pulling out the parchment paper gently. Looks beautiful, right? We are going to lift up our cake gently and then put it on the board that we have prepared for it. We have lifted our cake onto the board. Then we take the edge of the cake with a ribbon for a neater finish. Let me help me with this one. looks beautiful, right? Now to finish it up completely, we'll outline this part of our cake with gold leaves. Voila! Our red velvet cake is ready. Don't you just love this?
Wow. This is really beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you.
And well done. You've done an amazing job here.
Thank you.
But I must have a taste to see if it tastes as good as it looks. So, you had our baker. This red velvet cake, of course, can be used for any occasion. This tastes so yummy. I tell you, this is really yummy. You want to have a taste of a cake like this, just follow all the procedure and steps that our baker has displayed. Well, that's all we have for you today on Baker's World. You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's Baker's World on NTA. Till next week, I am Funke Oyele. Bye for now.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
Nigeria, a nation of great people. Different tribes and languages, yet we are united in our diversity. All over the world, Nigerians are known to be very hardworking and resilient people. In our history as